Hi everyone, this is Kirei for Bramble Fox, and this is my first layout using the fabulous January Fox box. And I'm using the Snapshot word title and the cute trees. You can just see them there on the screen now. And I've pulled out a photo that goes back a little while. Actually, it's 2021, and we're in a backyard, and it's really, really quite cold. So and it's been sat there for ages, wanting to be scrapped actually, because I've got some other little photos you can see to the left, and there's just a little bit of a story behind it. So I just wanted to get those down. So I pulled out the Vicki Boutin Print Shop collection, and I was really drawn to this pattern paper background with the large circle and the sort of black lines on it, and I thought I could do something with that because the colours worked really nicely with the trees, and I like the black Snapshot title against that blue. I was just playing around there, layering up my photo with some of the pieces of ephemera, but I was sort of looking at the black lines and thinking I just wanted to do something there because it felt quite flat. So I've just pulled out some black embroidery thread, and I am just going to add some stitching detail onto some of the black lines going across the layout. So I'm just sort of use my paper piercing tool to poke some holes, and I'm just going to stitch some back stitch along parts of some of those black rows, and it just adds a sort of another level of texture on what is otherwise would be quite flat. Just felt it needed something a little more. So I'm going to do I'm doing all the stitching off camera, so there you go. I just went across the page, the layout, as you can see, and then I'm just bringing in that sort of cluster that I've got, and I wanted to use one of the tags here because I wanted to tuck that behind my photo, because I wanted to use that to add my small square photos that are sitting in that sort of little green sparkly tray there. And they tell a bit of a story, so I just wanted to make sure I added them as well. But because there's 5 of them, as you can see, there wasn't something I wanted to necessarily have on display on the layout, but I did want to include them on somewhere. So I'm perfect way using a bit of hidden journaling and a tag that I can tuck in behind the photo. So I'm just having a look at the different papers and deciding what I'm going to use to mount those photos on, because I'm going to just have a strip, and then I'm going to concertina the strip together, and then I'm going to stick that to the front of the tag. So I've just pulled out that pale green sort of grid patterned paper there, and I'm going to use that for those little photos. And those little photos tell a bit of a story, actually. I'm not sure if you can tell from the video, but there's it's a pizza. So and this goes back to, I can't believe this is 20 months ago. It was April 2021, and it was just after it was when we were allowed to go and meet friends in a backyard after lockdown. Now, we were so keen to go and see somebody. It was obviously really cold, as you can see. We're bundled up. I've got a scarf on and my beanie on. We've got our coats on and everything. It was actually, I think it was the Easter weekend. But we were desperate to go, so we went over there, and our friends had bought a uni pizza oven during lockdown. So they wanted to treat us to homemade pizza, which they did completely from scratch, making their own dough, and then putting together some fabulous toppings. So the little photos sort of show it from sort of start to finish, from the dough, putting the fresh ingredients on, putting it into the pizza oven, and then the pizza coming out at the end. So, and they were delicious. They were really, really yummy. So I've got the little concertina made up, and I'm just having a look at some embellishments. I'm thinking I just want to add a little tag on it as almost like to sort of lift the concertina piece out. So I'm just sort of figuring out what I'm going to do there. But I think, yes, I pushed that to the side actually, because I can't quite work out what I'm going to do. And I decided to get my photo cluster sorted out, because I do know that's pretty much what I'm going to have there. So I'm backing the photo with that same green grid pattern paper that I used for the small row of photos. So I'll trim that out, and then I will obviously distress the edges, and then I can get that photo cluster down onto the the paper. So I've got this here. I really like this piece of ephemera, actually. It's a shame I cover up a bit more of it, but actually it is really nice. So I'm just sort of using a little bit of a foam pad at the top just so that I get a little bit of lift there, and then I can layer up my photo with the frame. And there we go. As if by magic, I've moved on completely because I actually stuck it all down and then didn't leave a space for the tag, and I had to sort of pull it off and start again. Anyway, so you can see I didn't use that. There was sort of like a mustardy yellow piece as a layer. I decided not to use that in the end. And then the tag, I just added some little stickers to it, a little chipboard sticker to sort of lift out the concertina piece of photos. So, and now I've just got some of the other ephemera pieces. I'm just adding that and ampersand there, and just sticking that down flat. Though I have lifted the edges slightly so it's not completely flat, but I don't want it to, I don't want it to pop up too much because obviously that tag's there and it needs to pull out nicely just next to it. I've got a couple of little phrase banners there. It's the weekend, baby, and I'm here for the good times. So I'm raising the bottom one with the sort of red, just on with using some foam pads, and the top one will be just stuck down flat. I've added in the little bird and then that clip to the top of the photo cluster as well. So that part is really sort of coming together. And then, yep, making sure that they are straight. And then I'm going to have a cluster down to the bottom left as well. So I've got the trees and I love these. They're such lovely colours, actually. It's like a sagey green and then a bluey grey. They're really, really lovely. So I'm just using those to the right of the photo, and just sticking those down with some glossy accents so they stick nice and firmly. And I'm just sort of, I keep moving the snapshot around there, as you can see, because I'm just sort of deciding where it's going to sit. And I don't want it to just be snapshot. I'm going to use another word with it. And I was sort of figuring out what was the word I was going to use. And then this is the manufacturer's strip that I cut off one of the other pattern papers. And I just decided to layer it over that sort of mustard piece, pattern piece at the bottom of the layout, simply because I'd added more colours to the top with the sort of the reddy colour. I've got the soft blue, the mustardy yellow, and that bottom strip just sort of brought all of those together. So I decided to cover up that plain yellow piece. So I've got this banner, this really cute banner with the rainbow colours, and I do keep moving it around, deciding if it's going to go there, because I do really love it. But yeah, to be honest, it does not make the grade at the end. I will save that for another layout. And then I decided to add some black thread detail to the top of that sort of swatch card that you can see me doing there. So I'm just using I think there was a needle there, and I think no, there is still a needle there. I thought I unthreaded it at one point, or maybe I have. Just threading that through there, just adding some loop detail there, because I did also add some loop detail through the tag as well with the black thread. So I've now decided on title, and I'm going to have Backyard Snapshot because, well, we were in the backyard, so that was exactly what it was. So I'm just having a look at where that is going to go, and I'm going to get those letters stuck down. And I don't think I make you watch me put them all down because they take a while, and I need to make sure they're perfectly straight and all of that. So that takes a little while. So that's down, happy with that. And I'm going to get the snapshot perspective added just underneath. And I'm really happy with how that's looking. And I'm just sort of building this cluster with the bird and the circle piece I'm distressing the edges of that says this day. So I'm just getting that stuck down, and then I'm sort of getting there, actually, because journaling will get added to the back of on the tag when you open it out. On the photos on the other side of that, I'll add some journaling, and I'll just embellish that slightly. I've got the little bird there. I just like that because I've got the bird at the top. Pulled out some of these puffy stickers, and there's like little gold circles, and I'm just adding a few of those, dotting them around. Then I've pulled out the Paper Snips number 17, and these come with the Foxbox Plus subscription. And they're all words that work really well with, actually they're quite good for anything, so I guess winter. I'm using the little tab here that says good times, but there are a whole load of other words that they've got on there with let the good times roll, snuggle up, so cold, freezing season, let's stay home, frosty feeling. So I'm just having a look because I'm going to add another word to the two over there that I have on the left. So I'm just sort of having a look at what colours, because they're in really lovely colours. They're sort of like a acry blue, a soft pink, and then a darker blue. So I'm just having a look and cutting some of them up to work out which ones I might add. And I do end up adding actually probably the shortest word that there's there. That's it there. It says brr. So I think I do play around a little bit, seeing if any of the others work. But I quite like that slightly darker, the blue there, just layering that up. So I'm testing snuggle up, I think there. Yes, but no, I still go back to the other one. Okay, and I'll get that stuck down. And we're sort of nearly there, but I'm going to make a slight change, which you're going to see coming up when we move to the next slide in just a moment. I'm pulling out some of the stickers, and these are flat gold circle stickers, and I'm just going to add a few of those on alongside the gold puffy stickers. Yeah. I actually do this quite quickly, amazingly. Normally I'm fiddling around deciding where those little like enamel dots or round, puffy stickers go, and trying to make sure that they're absolutely perfect. But actually I get these pretty much stuck down straight away, which is good. Just adding a cute little pink heart there. Here we go. Right. Okay, slight change here. I've pulled the bird off. I realised there was a big camera in the ephemera pack, and I thought actually that worked perfectly because I was using the word snapshot. So I've pulled the this day off, and you can see there it pulled some of the paper off because I had actually glued it down, but that was fine because I'm going to cover it up anyway. And I'm going to add the this day and the bird back on. So I'll get those stuck down, and then I can stick some of those little puffy gold round circles back on around it, and then I think almost done. I do add a few more of the word phrase stickers from the Vicki Boutin collection as well. I'm just raising the bird up with some of the foam pads. So I'm pretty much nearly done. You'll see the last bit in just a moment. I hope you've enjoyed the process video. Don't forget, pop on over to brambleffox.co.uk, where you can find all the details about subscribing to the fabulous Foxbox each month with all the lovely perspectives. The January Foxbox is fabulous, and there's some great words in there. There's the happy, winter, warming, stories. There's some very cute little like hot chocolate cups, and a winter sweater, winter jumper perspective. Really, really perfect for scrapping those photos, just about the sort of everyday, about winter, about being outside. So as I say, pop on over to brambleffox.co.uk and you'll find all the details about subscribing. We're nearly finished. I think we're going to move on to the close-ups in just a moment. Trusty T-square, just making sure it's all straight, of course. Here we go, final layout all done. And you're going to see some of the close-ups coming up. There's that fabulous Snapshot. I love the font. It's a new font, and I love it. There's the trees that I've used, and just some close-ups of some of the details. There's the tag, and I think you'll see the close-up. Here we go, the tag open on both sides. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you again in my next video. Bye for now.